In this video, we'll talk about should you pull for Druvis, and my personal recommendation, whether you should pull for Druvis in the version 1.1. As you all know, version 1.1 has announced that the standard up banner will be Druvis. Druvis is a mental DPS, and we'll start with the skill description. For the first skill, it will deal a single damage, mental damage, and when the card becomes 2-star, it will petrify the target for 1 round, and then when it becomes 3-star, it will petrify the target for 2 rounds. That is the special thing about Druvis kit, that it can stun the enemy, and petrify is a kind of CC that it will let the enemy unable to move. And but the gimmick is when the enemy receive reality damage, it will remove the petrify effects. And for the second skill, it is a AoE, and it will attack 2 enemies, and it have the penetration increase. As for the ultimate, it is a AoE attack that deals 400 damage to everyone and will cause the enemy to be petrified for 1 round. Next is the insights. So the main thing that Druvis have is, if you are playing a plant team, after Insight 3, it will grant in battle, it will grant all plant units with this buff, which are your plant unit will now have 10% lifesteal. So it kinda can replace a healer in your team. For example, it can release maybe the Sotheby or a Tooth Fairy out of your team. You can play with Druvis and have a little bit of lifesteal to maintain your health pool. And next is the portrait. In short, my recommendation is that you do not need to go for many copies of Druvis if you are a low spender or free to play. And if you are will, go ahead and do what you need to do. Next is the team comp. For Druvis, there's a lot of ways that you can play Druvis. One of which is to play Druvis in a full plant team. As you can see, if you're playing a full plant team, another addition to your team can be Anli. It is a pretty good DPS and also support. And of course, our beloved BK Bloom. It can be a very good unit to add into the Druvis team, as well as some healer like Sotheby or even Lassos, or even this girl that also can petrify the enemy. So we can play Druvis as a petrify team comp. And Changeling that will come in 1.2 can be a good option when we reaches the 1.2 version. Besides that, since Petrify can only be awake by the reality damage, we can play Druvis in a full mental team. I'll be using Pride Wind to filter out the mental damage DPSs. So we can play Druvis with any DPS from here, 6 stars or 5 stars. Like Baby Blue is a very good option. Yep. That is all for the team comp for now. And is there any advantages or pros and cons for Druvis? Yes, Druvis is a very good unit if you want to beat Limbo when you are underprepared. Because if you are lucky and you keep on restarting the runs, there's a chance that you keep on CCing the enemy and so that you can beat Limbo, even Limbo 16, stage 16 very easily. So that is one upside of Druvis. However, I know a lot of people is actually targeting the Changeling in version 1.2. If you're planning to pull for her instead, Druvis might be in a very awkward position right now. Druvis will be very strong if you pull it in version 1.1 and be as strong as her in 1.1. However, if you're planning to pull on Changeling, there's a chance that it will power crap Druvis in the version 1.2. But keep in mind that Druvis can be a teammate of Changeling, so isn't as bad as it sounds. In conclusion, should you pull for Druvis? I would say if you are a free-to-play or a low spender, you might need to wait and see how it goes and see what is coming out in version 1.2. If you are a whale, then go ahead and do what you want. If you are someone that wants to beat Limbo and have a lot of times to roll for the RNG, the best RNG possible, then Druvis might be a very good option. And lastly, if you're a waifu lover, you like her design, you like her aesthetics, you like her kit, 100% go for it. Go with your heart. You will never regret your decision. Alright, that's all for this video. I'll see you next time.